かつて人間、ドワーフ、ピクシー、エルフの4つのスートは神々の恩恵を受けて繁栄と平穏の日々を過ごしていた。人々は神々と同じ大地と空の下で暮らし、時を重ねていった。しかしいつしか神々は人々の前から姿を消し去り、安息の時代も遠い過去となった。それでも神々の力は全て消えたわけではなかった。ごく限られたもの、アルカナ使いのみにその力が許された。アルカナ使いは天上界に通じる神殿でその聖なる力を授かっていた。そう、ある出来事を起こすまでは。それは決して求めてはならない、望んではいけないことであり、また人々が熱望する全てでもあった。遠い過去の幻影、封印されし力。神々との契約を守れなかった人々にそれを得ることは決して許されなかった。そして愚かな欲望は暗黒の世界を自ら呼び起こす結果となった。神話の時代が大きなうねりの中で変わり、次の時代を求める産声が響く。閉ざされた神々の意志の中で今幕は開けられた。
Hello everyone, apologies, I've just been chatting without my mic on for the last minute or two. So this is Texthoth Ludo Arcana Senki, which is going to be an interesting Sega Saturn game. It was originally released in 1997. It's published by a company called Pai, who I don't know that much about. It's supposedly developed by Falcon. Some people suggest it's developed by Pai and Falcon, so I'm not 100% sure. I think it's probably primarily Falcon. This was later released on the PS1 in 1998, I believe. And interestingly, visually, when I looked at it, I think this might have originally been, like, they might have planned both versions around the same time and released the Saturn first and not the PS1. Excuse me. So this is an interesting sort of board game. I suppose the closest game that some of you may be aware of similar to it is Colsep. So I'm going to be taking a gander at this rather obscure title. It is in Japanese. I've only had a very, very brief play. The only thing I can tell you is the manual does give me some English. It tells me the tile. So I know there's a normal tile, I know there's a start tile, I know there's a summon area tile, a summon set monster tiles, another one called alter normal, another one called alter set major A, another one called get minor, which I think is actually related to the cards. You get another one called get major cards. So I think that's minor. Basically this is based around tarot, so I'm guessing get minor arcane cards and get major arcane cards according to the tarot set. Oh, hello Saturn Memories. Yes, yawns are indeed contagious. Nice to see you on the stream tonight. We're going to be looking at quite an interesting game. You've got Junction Select and Goals. I hope you guys are good at Japanese because I might be doing some hot translations as I go. So it does list pretty much all the... it comes with a nice card set as well, actually. This is actually new and sealed. I got a copy, so reasonably cheap at $17.99. So it's not exactly breaking the bank. This is actually 4-player as well. So I think we'll start with the campaign mode. Just to warn you, I did briefly start the campaign mode earlier. The opening does have quite a lot of Japanese text. And you can tell it's a Falcon game when you get that block rocking music. So we have rank expert for the girl and we have rank normal for the chap here. As you can imagine, as this is my first time playing this, really, I'm going to be doing as the girl, the guy first, and then try and do the... Or do the easier setting. So I think at the start it's chronologing the events that have occurred. Yeah, the manual is quite handy. The tarot cards are quite nice. This is basically all the major arcanes, which are all basically, in case you don't know, the major arcanes are the ones used for the monsters in House of the Dead. Wow, that really is quite block rocking, that music. That's Falcon stuff to its very best, so it's just explaining the history, I think, of what's going on. There may well be some ad hoc translating during this stream. As you can, technically, I found quite a good way to translate stuff is via Google API. Take a picture, slap the picture into Google API. That will normally rip out the text. About 90% of the time it will get the text right. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it will get it mixed up, but usually you'll get the right characters and then you can translate it, which is quite a good way to do rough translation, actually. Yeah, it gives you quite a long backstory. This was later released on the PS1 in 1998, and my suspicion is the PS1 version may have been the primary skew looking at the visuals. It looks like they may have done it for the PS1, but not got the PS1 version released till later. So as always, hello and welcome to Randomised Gaming. And guys, if you know people who might be interested in the channel, we're just about to hit 3,000 subscribers. So if you know anyone who hasn't subscribed to the channel and might be interested in subscribing to our gaming related channel, then please do let me know. So Dragoon actually had a quick look at the text earlier. It seemed this opening mission appears to be a training and you get to pick 2 locations actually. So I know that top word is saying yes. probably something like, are you prepared to do... Mentions of a tower at the start, Dragoon was saying. So I'll let this play out because we do get Japanese viewers, but I will move it fairly swiftly for the English guys. So quite a few videos I saw of this go, oh yeah, I saw there's a few videos on YouTube that listed the gameplay, and then when I went to watch them, they literally showed this sequence, didn't get into gameplay, like showed the very first minute of gameplay, and I'm like, well, what's the point of saying you got a gameplay video when you only show the opening text screen? Which is why I tend to hate RPGs in doing gameplay videos, because normally the first 10-15 minutes you basically have to, or even an hour in quite a lot of games, you have to basically ignore because it's so cutscene heavy, it's not fun to watch. And apologies for you guys at the start of the stream, you are going to have to put up a bit with the start of this. Yeah, Dragoon did a little bit of translating as he's got some understanding. I should actually read up on, I've got some Japanese books that are really good for translating this stuff, so because basically Japanese is very much, weirdly, their language is, okay, so now it's light there, I know that one. So I get to pick a stage. I did this stage earlier, let's try the open field instead. So there's actually a stage select right at the start, which is quite nice. The two of you, yeah, that's two people, so obviously the two of you travel to this location. This opening one is the tutorial, but yeah, this has got that classic Falcon block rocking music. Now this is actually quite a nice looking 2D game when I've got into games, so it'll be interesting to see what you guys think on the stream. I am loving this music. It's very, very blocky. It's almost like the Mega Man type of overtures and stuff with this high adrenaline music. It's quite weird the fact we have this high adrenaline music while for the bait of it, it's quite a sedated game until we get into it. So what I think you have to do is you have to move around the board and get to goal targets. So if anyone does know Japanese, it will be welcome to give this a shot. I should probably do a bit more translation next time I go into it, but yeah, this is definitely a Falcon game with this soundtrack. Yes, okay, so here we go. So that one is see the map. Okay, so as you can see there, we have the map. We could view the cards as well. Some nice pixel art here as well. There's a nice transparent. Okay, so it tells you all the different. I'm going to guess that last button. This is probably a bit of an unconventional RPG, I think, so let's try. So I can basically move around, pending. So that's, let's see. So Get Minor is this one. So let's Get Minor arcane cards, which is the 3-1. Get Major is the 2. The red squares are the junctions. And the green ones are the summoning points. So that's what I learned from the manual, because it's literally got them in English. I wonder if they had hoped it would actually get released. So as you see, that the visuals are quite nice for a 2D game. Now my aim, I believe, is to get to the G square. See there in the centre we have a square marked G, so... So we've got 2 move. Let's do the 2 move. I have a feeling I might have been discarding cards there as I had too many. Yeah, the old boy does do quite a lot of introduction text here, obviously explaining how the game's working, which of course, unless you're fully fluent. So basically I think the aim, he's saying the aim is to get to the goal or defeat your opponent, I think, from what I've gathered. Now I've probably just thrown away some cards I needed. So a 4 card I could have done with, yeah. The hero's name is listed in the manual, but it's only in Japanese. I was able to summon monsters, and you can summon monsters and also move them around the board. So you use them to block. The enemy can also summon monsters when I had a brief go earlier. But I'm expecting I'm going to lose this tutorial the first time, so we'll be interested to see how it goes. Okay, so turn off player 2, so he's going to use... Oh, he's merging cards, so that's one function you can do. So, for the benefit, the 2 options you get are merge cards, also move 2. Does he want me to use a major arcane? So the major arcanes you can either merge or use to appear to be able to attack. Or you can also use them to summon, so... Okay. Yeah, it tells you what card you're going to create as well. You'll notice it shows you. Yeah, I'm guessing... I think he wants me to use a major as well. So we can use a major, which is justice, so let's deploy that. And that's obviously moved us on the map, so... Okay, so justice has swapped me and him around. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... So I need a 7 or an 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have got a 6. So let's use... Nope, that wants me to go fight him. Okay, let's... For some reason wants to use them. just need to use some sort of teleport spell to run away. The question is, can I turn around? No, you have to follow the path, so I'm going to have to do that. I can summon though on this square, so... So I now have a minion. And keep summoning Emperors. Yeah, just a warning, it is a bit flashy, this game. Yes, we can either move the other characters or... It's not bad. It's not the fastest paced RPG, I will say. Yeah, let's move myself to the... I'm fighting my own monster, it appears. Okay, so the monsters you summon, obviously you have to fight if you... He summoned his own hippogriff as well. Need more cards. Although right now he's definitely got more cards than me. Let's do it this way. He's obviously using Empress. Ah, I think I've taken the Empress from him. Ah, I see. Ah, you take the cards from your opponent. It'd be nice if there's a bit more battle animation. Obviously you've got to land on the goal square. This is going to be very random, I feel, taking. Select your card, and obviously if you have the better card you So obviously if you don't have a card, the game randomly assigns you one. So obviously the aim is to land on the exit. But you are a bit at the mercy of stuff, so... Ah, I can select to stop at... Select to stop there, so... Okay, so you can stop at certain squares with the movement. Queen, this got me So it's definitely blocking that lower path. I wonder if it's just a simple case of having to get to the... Okay, he's just upgraded that monster. Okay, I have the option to use the major. Swap the position. Okay. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that obviously pulled 2 cards and beat me. I think it's upgrading the monsters is kind of helping it at the minute. Okay, he obviously played a stronger card than me. But yeah, if you get obviously play the weaker hand, you get reverted back. I'm definitely not winning at the minute, I think. end turn. Yes, this is definitely obscure. We've got some transparencies. We've got lots of transparencies in this one, actually. I feel I've been looking at a lot of transparencies on... Okay, so... So I need to land on the junction squares. Okay, so that is attack. Do you wish to fight? No. So that's obviously go through the... Oh, you need a 1 to step on the exit. Okay, I've got a knight out on the battlefield. Does feel a little bit ring of roses at the minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, this is quite a few transparency effects, and Scythe that I was looking at. Oh yes, I actually have a 1 card. Okay, right. Can I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? So I need an 8 card. Right, I need to keep that 1 card if I want to get to the exit. So Scythe, that I've got a video coming. I was having to get up today, but I've had a slight issue with the audio on it, so I'm going to redo it. I will... So I need 8. Can I make 8? Yes, I can do with 3 and 5. But will that... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it is in fact Nicodian R. So I then need a 3 card, so if I have an 8 card... I need to get to the exit, so I think that's how I win. So I need a 2 card to get to that junction, I need a 1 card to move on to the exit, so... I can move my ally, or I can move... I'm going to move my lord. 5. Let's go there and see what cards we get. 10. Okay, he's taken my... So that's skip. That's also skip. Yeah, I guess you go king. So he's taking one of my cards, and I'm back to square one. So I skip him. He's got the magician. I want to keep that one card because you seem to have the one card. Let's try magician. Oh, they're taking my one card. Oops. Yeah, this is an interesting one. It's got some transparency, some flicker effects. You can choose to ignore the other characters. Major. Ah, so that would allow you to swap cards. Yes, I got my one back. I need to get the one in order to get... Ah, well, as you can be used in combat. Okay, so this is pure luck on the cards, it seems. And right now they seem to be getting the better. Yes, it does indeed. I did notice that. They got interesting... It's a quite nice animation, actually, and you've got scaling as well. You have the cat tail of the cat lady as well. And yes, the other character does have jiggly top half. Okay, so this is a 10. Yeah, this is... So I can select which character I want to move. You can fight your own monster as well, so he can just move. Yeah, it's definitely a game. Once the opponent seems to get ahead, I'm at a real disadvantage. So yeah, you pick your cards and press start. So basically you see that in the centre of the arena is a... And just out of interest, can you guys hear me okay? Because I know the volume is quite loud. It's that classic. So if I just bring up the map, you'll see there's a G in the centre flashing away. I believe that's listed in the manual as goal. So just to explain, because I know a couple of you guys come in a bit later, the browny grey squares are normal squares. S squares are the start squares. The green ones with the green portal ones are summoned areas with summon monsters. The green portals with a flashing orb have got summoned set monsters on it. So you have the altar normal, which are a blue square, which aren't here, and altar set normal. The 3-card one is get 3 minor arcane cards, and they're the movement one. The 2-card one is get major arcane cards, so that's like the king, basically all the tarot cards, sort of the magician, etc. The junction squares are the red ones that allow you to move direction. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Nicodian. And the flashing blue G is the goal, so I assume I've got to get to the bowl, but this is definitely quite tricky, and this is only the starting stage. And definitely at the minute I'm at a disadvantage, I feel. So obviously you've got to summon monsters to block your opponent. He's well in the lead at the minute. He's definitely got the better card. There's not much I can do. I need to use that. I feel I'm running at a disadvantage at the minute. In fact, I think they're going to win. I think that one, the moon, is steal card from your opponent. So I'm going to take some minor arcanes. I will ignore my cat monster. I'll ignore the other guy. Yep, I'll ignore. There does seem to be a large element of luck based on the cards you're pulling, so... Ah, yes, I've finally beaten him in combat again. He's back to square one. So obviously, I'm assuming it's the value of the card, so I assume it's probably there's a set value of the cards and they basically beat, but sometimes you can... The aggressor union. Yeah, the UI is fairly simple, so that allows me to merge cards. This one is... The other one's move. Or end turn, I think, if you've already moved. Okay, so finally I have some cards. So I can merge cards or I can move. So where will a 10 get me? I feel like I need to concentrate on the movement cards at the minute. You can obviously unsummon enemies. I wonder if you've got to land on the actual squares. Bearing in mind this is the first time I played it, so I'm going to be very rough at playing this. So I will probably make some horrendous mistakes. This is literally the... So that's fight enemy. Is there much point in me fighting? Not really. I can skip them. Should I fight him? He's got quite a few cards at the minute. I have... But I want to keep that one, so I'm going to... No, I want to keep the cards. 10. So I think if you have too many cards, you have to discard some. So we've got Queen, we've got King, we've got Page, we've got King. So I'm going to discard Page. I'll discard another King. Because I need to keep those movement ones. But he's definitely summoning up the enemies, so... So we'll look at the overview map. So I need to get to one of these two one of the red ones, and then I need to have the 1 to move on to the goal. But I technically need either a 1 or I need, in order to move into the centre, I need, so basically I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. So I need a 1, a 2 in order to get to the end, and I need to wind up on one of those red cards. So there is quite a bit of element of luck here. I need a 2 card, and I need a 1 card. So I'm going to use the 7. Let's take the minor arcanes as well. Yep, I'll skip my monster. Yep, I don't... I think I might be able to upgrade him as well. Oh, I've got 4. Four plus king. No, I don't want to do that. No. Sadly, you can't go back. Oh, I've just wasted my 1 card. I quite like it because I really like Falcom's soundtrack. So, but I think it could be. Yeah, I think it probably does slightly overpower a little. Okay, so they have just taken out my monster dude. Yeah, you actually get to pick a field and like a ruins to do a training. This is effectively the training stage, but this is quite a tough training stage. I think the other training stage was probably equally. I seem to have to rely on basically relying on set cards, so that's definitely not a brilliant sign if you've got to rely on set cards. So cups. So B goes back. So I assume Temptress is higher than Queen. Will only let me play 1 card, so. I'll definitely from the same suite. So cups, pendant, hands, swords. Yep, so I took Queen and sent him back and I got Magician. Probably should have used Magician there. Actually, I think Magician might be more powerful. Yeah, I'm not the only thing I don't necessarily know is the power value of the cards, so. Yep, we'll skip that one. I'll skip that one. Okay. Pendant. So 35 that. Yeah, I'm a bit baffled as to how the value. Obviously, certain cards add up, but I'm not entirely sure. I think the manual's probably listed them all with the values, yeah. Yeah, the manual's got everything listed with values in there. Well, it doesn't actually have the number value, so I'm not sure what the battle value is. It's definitely an unusual game, but it's definitely not. I think most people would struggle with this. I'm quite enjoying this, but this is definitely a game that probably takes hours to play. So that's another 6. So can I do? Yeah, I'll give it a whirl. I think, like that last time I had 2 swords, so I think it was set cards. Just check. Start initiates it, so D-pad, X, Y and Z aren't used. L and R, maybe it's L and R. Because yeah, you're right, the AI's like multiplying all its cards together unless there's a particular suite or something I need. This is actually 4-player as well, so maybe I should try the verse mode in a bit. At least that way I can rig the match a little bit. Get familiar with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a 3 though. So there's the 10. So can I fight? I think if I try and fight them I'm going to be in big trouble. Nope, she just unleashed a tirade of cards. X, Y. Yep, it will not let me merge none of the buttons. B lets me. I think it's so maybe pendant because I've got 2. No, that's the. Yeah, I think it must be page, pendant pull. Yeah, I could, but it's only letting me use 1 at present. Can't merge any of them. Unless I have to be in a particular suite. I am unless it's because it's got more monsters. It's using 3 cards and it's got 3 monsters in play at the minute. Maybe I need to destroy its monsters. So I'm not sure how. So yeah, it's taken my 1 again, which I'm going to need to get back. I might need to destroy its monsters, which is probably where... The LT's Bishop and 2 girls, okay. Yep, it's not letting me use them. It might be because it's got more... It's infuriating. Okay. I actually beat him there. Because he used up all his cards last time. Right, I want that 1 back. So, okay, so... yeah. So, I have 2 swords, so now it's giving me a buff because there's 2 swords in the pack. But it won't let me use any other cards for some reason, so... can I change direction here? Yes. So you only need to... Oh, so you only need 3 cards to... You can change direction on the red one. Oh, so I've been doing this wrong. You can get to the exit pretty quickly then. As long as you've got 1, you can change direction. Won't let me go there. Yeah, there has to be some rule, like you say. It's definitely one I need to get some translating on. It's got the manual has got so on the last page the manual actually has a nice tarot card, how to read your tarot cards, and then from 19 to 25 in the manual there's a bestivery, maybe I should scan it in, that lists literally every card and what they do. It also lists some sort of value thing, so I think I should have taken the other starting location. But at least we've now been doing this for over an hour as well. Okay, well I can always scan in the manual if you're interested. He loves tarot cards. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I always scan the stuff, and I might scan a few pages in because this game is totally undocumented on the net. There's just next to nothing about it. It did get a PS1 game, but that's about it. So yeah, I mean you actually get a pack of tarot cards in the box. So the arcanes, you get a pack of 22 cards. So it shows sort of just taking them out and they are falling out of the manual. So you get, just so you know, they're the House of the, because it's the major arcanes which are the ones used in House of the Dead. So while I'm here I'll just let you know, you get in it, you get 22 cards. So you get 1 is the Magician, 2 is the High Priestess, 3 is the Empress, and this is all like all the House of the Dead, 4 is the Emperor, 5 is the Hierophant, 6 is the Lovers, 7 is the Chariot, 8 is Justice, 9 is the Hermit, and 10 is Wheel of Fortune, and then probably actually add, I think there's one more, so that's 10, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I've got that's interesting. It gave me, I wonder if Strength was supposed to be there, so that gives me 2 sets of 11. That would make sense. Or maybe the Fool? Maybe the Fool, because the Fool is 0. So yeah, maybe I'll put the Fool there. So basically you then get 11 is Strength, 12 is the Hanged Man, 13 is Death, 14 is Temptress, 15 is the Devil, 16 is the Tower, 17 is the Star, 18 is the Moon, and they're actually the same graphics as we're seeing in game. 19 is the Sun, 20 is Judgment, 21 is the World, and yours 22, although it's not actually numbered because it's 20. The Fool is regarded as 0 in the pack. But you actually get, so it's quite nice, and they're all the visuals that you see in game drawn on cards. So it's quite a nice set. The other one that comes with, there's a Hudson Soft one that came with a pack of cards as well, and it's Shadow of the Tusk. That is another one. That's a really good card sort of tactical RPG as well, although that's a bit easier to play than this one, I will admit. So I've beaten one of the enemies. Now this was a 4, so I'm baffled as to why for a 4 it's letting me go. Let's get some minor cards. 9, 6. Yeah, there's only Satakori has a listing for it, but there's not much in the listing. Oh, I can get some more minor cards. Yes! So I can use the 2. So 1. So how many do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! But she can fight me for the 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, that's why, because I saw this, so I actually picked this up from a online video game store known as Genki Video Games, who I've used many times. They are an excellent retailer. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I've just chucked that one away, haven't I? Queen. So that's page, that's sword, so that's hands. Yeah, that's obviously you can have sets, so that's cups and that's pendant. She's the pendant one. Queen, sword. I've only got. I assume if I do an attack with that king, because I've got 2 other hand cards, it will count. This did get a PS1 release as well, but there's nothing. So the visual design on the cards there is what's printed on the nice set. Ah, she's moved. Oh, they've... Hi again, Charlie. Thanks for joining the stream. Apologies, I've not had a chance to look at any of the hurt stuff I mentioned. I'll get round to that at some point, as I've got a number of preset things, but I will update it. I need to update KO2 as well, thanks to Nicodium when we were chatting last night. Right, I need to... So we're looking at Texthoth Ludo, which is a tactical... It's a game that I've just seen literally nothing about on the Saturn. So see if you guys can see any movements. I have a 1, a 9, a 2, a 9 and a 1. So I need at least, so for what we know, in order to get to the centre, I need a 2 and a 1 in order to move to the goal. So I need to have a 2 and a 1 in my inventory at the bare minimum. However, in order to do that, I need to land on one of those squares. So I need to land, so 4 or a 6, I'm going to have to move round with the enemy, aren't I? Because there's no other way to move. Well, I should say I'm actually Random Gamer Riven, the editor of Randomised Gaming, so there are a couple of us working away here, but I'm the main one doing it. Okay, so... Yeah, it is a fantastic game. Apparently, Nicodian told me that that's slightly optimised in the voicing. I need to double check this myself, because I do like to double check everything, and I do mean to do a really big video one day where we start doing split screen comparisons of everything that we've got NTSC and PAL versions of. So that we can, because sometimes it's really easy to spot. If you just run the game at 50-60 Hz, you can really easy to spot the changes, but sometimes you really need the NTSC version to compare. But I'm not going to chat about too much about Hertz comparisons. We've chatted a bit about that the past few nights. So okay, let's use the 9. So I can take a major arcane. Riven. I'll type that in. Riven. Ah, so can I merge this with the 9? Yes. Ah, what card was that? That was... Just trying to work out, was that the Lovers? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Assuming, I wonder if the value you enhance them is what it increments to. Yes, Riven is a Saturn game. I did actually grab the. I thought we'd pick when we were picking randomised name to the random game team, and we decided to take each person's called Random Gamer, and I took a game name. And ironically, I thought Riven was quite a good name, so I took that as the name of the game. Yes, it is, as Nicodian asks, it is the sequel to Myst. It's a fantastic puzzle game. Right, Now I need to. I need him to move in front of me. Ooh, he's going to take one of my cards. Don't take the 2. Don't take the 2. Okay, summoning more beasts back. Oh, he's taken the 2 from me. Right, I'm going to fight him. So I have 2 hands. Now, if I use... and how many... So it's pendant. I have 2 pendant cards. Let's... Yes, I got the 2 back. Yeah, Saturn Memories was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but it was nice to see he came over to have a look at this. It's such an obscure game, I thought it was just worth... Right, here goes, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! Yeah, the Saturn's version of Riven was quite a late release. I can't remember. I can't remember if it got a US release or not. I think it did. It's on 4 discs, so it's a. I mean, the original PC version's on 5, and the Saturn's version's on 4. It's a very, very good conversion of it. I do slightly prefer the PC version, but. Okay, I can actually win this. If I don't discard the card I'm supposed to use. Oh, I can't believe I've just done that. I have a little bit of understanding, not a huge amount, so... Dragoon actually... Ah, yes, I can still do this, so... Right. Provided he doesn't attack me, I can win this. Yeah, 98 was the last of... We got... So, I think the US got slightly... I've taken one of my 1s, that's okay, I've still got another 1. I've got to remember which... Okay, so this is going to want me to discard cards, so let's merge page and queen, and that will give me justice. Yeah, it's a very good port, Riven, on Saturn. I mean, it's not as good as the PC one, but it's very, very good. I shouldn't have done that. I should have probably kept case he moves and attacks me. Oh no, Justice moves. Okay, so he's now on a separate path to me. Okay, this is good. This is good. Yep, so I will avoid him. Don't want to merge cards. Right, I need him not to fight me. Yes, he's going the other way. Right, I can win this. I can win this. Oh. Actually, yes, I can still win this. So go to 2. I think that is turn. Must be the other one's turn direction. Oh, I've flummoxed this completely now. I had the cards and I've gone and... Yeah, I think the number of enemies they have on screen is how many cards they can draw, so it puts me at a massive disadvantage. The Elgato HD Pro 60, yes it is. Is it still available? Because they're doing... So basically every stream and every video we've done has been using the Elgato HD Pro 60. I haven't updated the software in quite some time as we're on Windows 7, so we basically can't update it to the newest software, annoyingly. Yeah, I'm guessing the number of enemies they have on... So, the Elgato HD Pro 60 is good. It does have its flaws. So, basically, I need to make... No, I think... So, I think you need to press left on the junction when it's the turning. Do you wish to turn? That's where I've gone wrong. Yeah, let's fight her. Let's draw the king, see what happens. So yeah, I've got 2 kings. I don't understand why she's... Oh yes, I've got my 2 back. No, they took the 2 from me. Yeah, I must admit, there are newer Elgatos. But the Pro 60, because the Pro 60 is a few years old now, so... But yeah, it is still a very good capture card for our perspective, but it's not so great with the open source scan converter. It only does 2x on most consoles, and the only one I can actually get 3x out of, I think, is the Saturn, and some games on the PS1 if they use set resolution. So if you wanted to do like 5 on an open source scan converter or 4, you would need a different scale. A lot of people complain the Elgato software is not very good. So I have basically thrown the lead I had away. I think I need to get... So... moving wings, jiggling boots, and a slightly... So this lets me merge. Yeah, I should say I'm currently streaming this video open source scan Sega Saturn. So PAL modded Sega Saturn into an open source scan converter. It's currently doing 3x mode and out into the Elgato HD Pro. In case you're wondering on my setup. Yeah, so I think I needed to press the right button when selecting the moves on the... Oh, that's attack right. But yeah, are you using Windows 10, Nicodian? Because you might be using, I assume you're using a more up-to-date version of the software, so you'll probably have a better understanding of its compatibility. And I've just lost all my movement cards. I think on the red triangles, you're supposed to say the left option. I was saying the right option. I think the left option has changed direction. So there's 10. So that's the 3 cards. Every time I just... So she's fighting me regardless. Yeah, it must be to do with how many monsters he's got in play. I need to get more monsters in play. Yeah, so you're using more. Yeah, you'll be better to ask because you're more familiar with the soft. You've got more up-to-date software than I have, so I don't know what it's like with the newer software. Keep getting attacked by her every time. The volume for this is really loud, even with my headphones on. I've got my TV down to 1, so actually they're just, yeah. I see what you mean, Nicodian. This song is getting a little bit on my patience now. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, and I've not actually played Nocturne 3, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne 3. There's a couple of Shin Megami games I do mean to play. Path of Fire Emblem, Path of Radiant for GameCube. Yes, that's a very, very good game. A bit pricey these days, although thanks to stuff like GC Loader. Yeah, all the Shin Megami Tensei games are very good, as are all the Fire Emblem games, although I do think the Fire Emblem series has waned a little bit. Okay, so I think the reason I'm at a disadvantage is because he's got more monsters out on me, so I've got no cards there. How did I beat him there? I had nothing. So I am actually just... So, if I'm being honest, I do play a lot of Warframe at the minute on PC. I do play a lot of that. I have also been playing a lot of Monster Boy on the PlayStation 4. I've nearly got to the end of that. And I've also started again on Ni-no-Kuni. The original Ni-no-Kuni on PS4, so I'm playing the remake of that because that was a brilliant game. Yeah, Monster Boy's really, really good. I've been surprised how good that was. I really enjoyed the remake of Wonder Boy, and I wasn't too sure about Monster Boy initially, but now that I've gone through it, I've got literally to the final dungeon, and I think it's actually better than the remake. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first Ni no Kuni. I never finished it on PS3. I got about halfway and had... I have to use that too, don't I? So, this is one thing I will say. She is basically blocking everything I do whenever I get... finally she's moved. So he's definitely got the advantage with all these characters. So, what square can I move on? 6. Have I got 6 or a 4? This is a 4. I think that was letting me, so I can pass him. Okay, so yes, that was my mistake before. I have to say, yeah, I know that problem. My backlog is colossal. Oh, Voots. Yeah, I saw you were playing Voots. Voots is an absolutely fantastic game. I remember seeing it way back in 2006. I have not been able to source a copy in the UK. It's normal, just a remotely sane price. Everyone I've seen wants like 60, 80 quid from Japan, and a lot of the Japanese sellers now on like eBay and sites basically are rip-off merchants. And I saw the other day, or a few weeks back in Yahoo Auctions, it was going for next to nothing. It was going for like 30 quid in a lot of about 20 Japanese games. And I'm like, I really want Boots. But all the prices I've had for it have been just so over the top. Alright, so he's using full. Is he going to try and steal my 2 card? Oh, he's just warped me. Right, I need to have an understanding. Yeah, this is a tough game to play. Yeah, it's always been a really good, fun game. Athlete Kings, so certainly is a party game. So yeah. So. For some reason, on the starting one, you seem to get a massive boost. Right, let's go there. Let's see if we get 4 and a 2. So I need a 1. It's a mecha game based on a classic Japanese anime series. Change direction, yes. So this is all I can. So I can merge cards. You can obviously move and merge cards. That I have figured out. You can change direction on the square. It's actually good just to play this type of game the first time you play it. So right, if I do the 2, yes, I want to move 2. No, why is it doubling up? I do not want to... Oh, I see. You can combine the movement cards. So, obviously, if I go this one, I think this is going to say, do you wish to combine them? Yes, so then I can combine them, or you can combine 2 2s. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't rate Shining Tear. So I actually have pretty much every single Shining game ever released because I'm a massive Shining Series franchise. So I have Shining Tear, I have Shining Hearts. So the PS2 ones, the only one I don't have present. I've got a Japanese version of Shining Tear, not an English version. Yeah, I highly agree with Nicodian. Shining Force Exa and Shining Exa and Shining Neo, as I like to call them, are much better games, as they were done by the people who did Record Lodos War, as Nicodian actually let me know, and that was something that's real. And Record of Lodos War is one of my favourite. Okay, so yes, this one's changed direction. Now, can I just stop on the goal, or do I need a 1 to move to it? Turn off. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, 1 hour 30 to get off the tutorial map. So, what's this? What's this saying? Yes, no. Is this what I say? Bear with me a second, guys. I'm actually going to do an ad hoc translation on this. It's yes, no. I think it's... I think, do you wish to keep with justice? Let's say yes. I'm just going to do some ad hoc translations via Google Translate, so... Although annoyingly I have to cut and paste and use Google API. Okay, so this is Ludo 1. So I'm basically going to quickly translate. Apologies, guys. I will be not replying to you guys. So I'm actually going to use Google Vision to pull the text out just to see what it's saying and then translate it in Google Translate. Actually quite handy doing that. Google do some nice stuff. So the text here, yes, I'm not a robot, verify fire hydrant. So text. Ooh, it didn't get, for some reason it didn't get yes, it's got that as bit, so it's not always perfect, but it has pulled through that top line good by the looks of it. Yep, it's quite surprised me how well it is at pulling it through. Yep, it has done. Okay, so what does that say? Google Translate. So yeah, this is actually quite a good way of doing an ad hoc translation. Basically, will Glenn make a deal with this card? So my character's called Glenn. My character is called Glenn. So will Glenn make a deal with this card? And I said yes. So yep, I want to make it. So what's this saying in the game? Let me just grab this as well. So basically you can do some... There's a quick way to do ad hoc translations basically. Is use Google API and Google... No, don't want that. Just want to raise this up there. So we know my character's now called Glenn, and yeah, if you're interested in seeing what the cards look like, they're basically the same ones as shown, but Saturn does actually list the cards. I haven't seen anyone have scanned of them though, so they're quite a nice set as well. So particularly because they remind me, because of course they're the same. The tarot cards are as the bosses of House of Dead. I'm just going to translate this. Also, once I finish this session, which I will wrap up relatively in the not too distant future, I'll get to the next mission. I intend to do some hard playtime on Rockman Mega World on Mega Drive. So I've got a few Mega Drive games recently, along with Game Ground. I also have some rather obscure Saturn games that... So tomorrow there will be a video on the game Psy, which is a bit... Yeah, there are a few PS2 games that don't work on the Slim. New file. How much that grabbed? I think that's got it. That's saves. That's save staring me in the middle. So the second line is, do you want to save here? Yes. So for those who don't know, if I do have some very brief understanding. So yes, I realised that when I saw it. The middle, so ignore the first three letters. The 6th, 7th, and 8th letter are actually the Japanese katakana for save. The left is yes. So here's a weird thing about yes and no, and an easy way to remember them in Japanese if you're struggling with the characters. Yes in Japanese is only 2 characters, whereas no is 3. So it's a weird thing. I think it's hai ni. So and hai and ni translate to yes and no. But yes, do I wish to save? Yes. So this is systems RAM and this is cartridge RAM. So I'll save to cartridge RAM. Don't know how big the save for this is, but here we go with the next battle. Okay, I'm actually quite chuffed I managed to beat that somehow. Oh, Chaos Legions doesn't work. I have to try that because I haven't actually. I've got the PS. Beyond Good and Evil I have on the GameCube, so... So talk about Rabbit coming out of the hat in that final thing where we got the 1. I feel like I cheesed this a bit. But this is what happens if you're playing Japanese games. I'm beginning to learn the system. I think the reason he was getting more battle cards is because he had more enemies out on screen. Because he was getting more cards and multipliers of more cards. If anyone's watching this video later who knows Japanese and wants to provide a bit more detail, by all means please do so in the comments below, as I think we're a bit flummoxed with this live stream. Alright, saying yes again. I'm actually quite enjoying this. It's quite surprising. It's not what I was expecting, but it's quite good fun. But yeah, this is not going to be an import friendly game. You do have to spend time figuring it out. So working out, you have to say yes. You're merging the cards, using them. I'm beginning to form how it's working in my head. So you have to say on certain tiles yes to move. You have to say whether you're going to attack enemies or try and run past them. So, does anyone here have suggestions for what they'd like to see me I see, nice. Someone's getting really stuck. Okay, that's interesting to know. You certainly know you're supposed to be your PS2 knowledge in terms of Heritage is vastly more, because obviously you're much more familiar with it. I've generally been a bit more concentrating on Saturn. So I really would like to do a proper sort of guide on every game and all the different version tweaks, because it's so just not covered on, just no one really covers it, and we need to start interviewing the developers to see what were the primary SKUs, what were the secondary SKUs. And it's interesting, when you're asked talking about 50-60 Hz, it's actually a bit more complex, because the real question is, how did the developers want you to play the game, and what is the best version to do so, and also what is the best version for you? So for something like Final Fantasy VII, the best version of the game is the international release, the Japanese version, because that came on 4 discs. However, that's not good for most Western players because that's all in Japanese, but that's the best version of the game I can think of. That would be the premiere version. So in Final Fantasy VII case, probably the North American PS1 version, probably even the Platinum release or the budget releases, they often have bug fixes, which is another thing people don't realise is often, I know a lot of people we used to be like, oh, the Platinum version, I know even I was guilty of that. These days I'm a bit more open because often the Platinum version will have additional bug fixes and things that just make the game a bit nicer to play. God, these cutscenes do go on quite a bit. Ah, so we get to pick our stage again. Do we want to go to the river, guys, or just... Well, that's like the calm river. We've got some sort of rapid or snowfield. Take your choice, left or right, guys. Left or right. Well, actually, there's multiple routes through the game, in effect, so... No one's got any suggestions. I'll just randomly pick one. I'll go for the rapid, seeing as we did the sort of... Or is this the mountains? I see, so you go all over the world. Right, okay. We think alike then, Nicodian. Oh, really? Cy Cooper is that many? Really? Yeah, there's a lot of titles where the Platinum version is actually quite a bit better. Some people said Kingdom Hearts had a 60Hz option in the Platinum version, but I've never been able to confirm that, so I'm not sure. I don't think it did. I think that's a myth, but it'd be interesting to know. If anyone here knows if that's true. You do, Nicodian? Supposedly Kingdom Hearts, the Platinum version, some people have suggested it had a 60Hz option, but I've never seen that because Square Enix didn't do 60Hz options on the PS2. They largely just optimised their games badly. Yeah, I think that's I think it's an internet myth that had. I think it's someone's, because often I've seen a lot of myths around on forums over the years, and often when you start chatting to people, you get people, no, it's not this. And I'm like, well, I'm the other. It's really annoying when you say to people, I'm the only one that's done the research, and often people will get a bit, this is my game, this is how I remembered it, and when you actually dig into them, they're just remembering what they think, they don't actually know. Which is the problem with a lot of forums. Sometimes you can get some really good stuff. You can only adjust the screen margins. Yeah, I remember Square Enix have a weird 50. Square Enix games are really terrible on the PS2, I seem to recall. But I might be wrong. That is me passing a judgment without really spending the necessary time to really play through it all, so... Okay, so we've got some new music. Okay, so I need a 5 and a 4 to get to the exit, by the looks of it. Or double 4s, actually. Okay, this was not too bad. We've got lots of movement. So, what are you... Just out of interest, guys, you viewing here, what do you think of this game from what you've seen as well? I mean, I'm finding it quite an interesting title. I mean, it's definitely not a friendly Western game, but I'm beginning to get to grips with it. I've got a really good memory, so I'm able to play a lot of Japanese games, basically, even though I don't understand the language that well. Dragoon's got a little bit of understanding. I should read it up a bit more. So we know now my character's called Glenn. Well, that's interesting. So some of this stuff can go out of sync. Yeah, I imagine most games would have audio on the PS2 probably to sync it to 50 Hz, which is probably going to be an issue with a lot of them. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try to see what squares I got ahead of me. So 3 for a major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I'm going to see if I can deploy a monster, because my mistake last time round was I let my monsters get killed too. Ah, but you need a. And that's why he's doing the summoning to give himself cards to use to summon monsters. Okay, so basically the start you should really... Oh, I can't actually use summoning cards at the minute, so... Oh, I just scrapped. Yeah, I've only literally started looking at forcing PS2 games, so I do have traps, so that's another interesting one. Although I'm not going to be doing anything on the PS2. You should actually seriously consider writing out some sort of list yourself if you haven't done Nickelodeon, because I think it'd be quite a nice companion piece, because we just don't have the resources to cover all the consoles. I'd love to be able to do a mammoth list of everything, all the formats, detailing all the history and the version differences and everything, but... Okay, that's good to know. I always felt, I suppose, because on the PS1, Squaresoft showed they had no experience optimizing games at that point, because obviously they had they'd released next to nothing in Europe at that point. No, I don't want to. 8-5. Okay, so I can cheekily. I'm wondering if I can get to the exit pretty quickly, so 4 and a 5, that was what I needed to get to. So that's a 4 and then a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have a 6 in my inventory? No. Yes, I do. Okay, can I? Is this... Oh! No. Oh, I've done it again. I've thrown away cards that I should be using. Because I literally had everything I needed to get a pretty straightforward win. So yeah, sometimes you can... Oh, so the FB is oddly unaffected by refreshing. That's again something interesting. So I will say, guys, if you know anyone who's interested in our channel, I would greatly try and I'd love to be able to see if we can get Okay, this is movement, isn't it? So knight I can use, let's summon a knight. Now, can the enemy get to the goal and win as well? Is the enemy able to win in this? Okay, so I've got 2 pages, so I'm going to have to ditch a page. I've actually got 3 pages. Oh wow, so literally he did what I suspected. He got the card straight away and just won. So yeah, these later matches are going to obviously be a lot harder. Yeah, I'm completely the same mindset in the coding. It requires a lot of effort because I've seen some people do sort of quick lists and you know they've not properly documented it because there's so many little quirks and just you can literally have minor little changes that just change everything. Like you said, like the text cut-offs and like the intros I saw. So we had somebody mention it and then I looked at the Capcom games where the intros are slightly out of sync. 50 to 60 hertz. Interesting bug. X-Men Children of the Atom on Sega Saturn. You've probably seen our list, but that one I discovered the game at 50 hertz. The game is totally unoptimized. So at 50 hertz, the music stops before the intro finishes. So you actually have to run it at 60 hertz. Okay, so this is actually quite interesting. He's just totally demolished me in seconds. He's just had the right card. So obviously the AI on the later maps is just going to go straight for the objective. So in which case, this doesn't become a game of skill. It's a pure luck game. Do you have a quick look at verse? Just very briefly. Show what the 2-player mode like that. So we can now data load random. So you can actually have... We can actually pick a different character. We've got male, female of all of them. So you can play as Glenn, but you can also play as other characters from other races. They are shown in the manual. So let's pick him and user. We can have com as well. So I can pick. Yep, so we'll have a second player. So you can play against the AI or humans. So let's pick. So it's com. How bad is Shadow Hearts 3? Is that as bad as Resident Evil on Dreamcast, where everything's ghosting because they've not properly optimised it? Honestly, you can pick any of the maps in this verse mode, so... So that was the stage I was on. Let's do this one. So you can actually re-pick all the stages. This is actually quite a nice little package, actually. The weird Texthoth Ludo Arcana Senki. God, I have no idea what this was translated to. Probably something like Master of Cards. The Arcane Chronicles or something would have been. Okay, so we've obviously got the starting. So where's... reverse mode. So we've got a massively huge map, but yeah, the AI is obviously just going to go straight to the exit. So this in the later difficulty, so obviously the tutorial one, it wasn't going for the exit, but all the other ones it can do. So probably this game is going to be a lot of random luck, so I can imagine it's going to be really infuriating to win a lot of the time if you're relying on random cards. Yeah, because what I would say is so much stuff is badly documented on Hertz that it's... Got Empress. Okay, let's... So the question is, what's higher? King? I assume the number King Queen. So glad that everyone's liking the video. If you haven't already liked it, please do. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying this video, you've not like us seen Texthoth Ludo, please do. So I'm your host, Random Game Riven. If you are new to our channel, please do consider subscribing. We are nearly at 3,000 subscribers. Okay, so I'm going to do a huge run. So I feel like I should be able to just move over the map. It's a little bit difficult to see where I'm going to go there and plant a monster. So. So King, Queen allow you to summon monsters. Oh really? I mean, I've got all the Kingdom Hearts. I've got all the Shadow Hearts games. That's Shadow Hearts to the New World, I take it. Shadow Hearts 3. Really? I must admit, I quite like Shadow Hearts 3, but I obviously didn't know. I mean, I've got a PAL version. Unless they put out multiple versions, I'll have to video it as well and see how that looks. If it's totally broken, that's definitely one I need to get an import. Try and get a North American copy of. So I'm going to use Justice. Flawlessly, including... Oh really? Colonkel's optimised for PAL. Okay, that's interesting. I need to test that one. Although they're never... The screen resolution is never properly optimised, which is always the slight... Justice teleports, which is why I shouldn't use Justice when I'm ahead of the opponent. Okay, so I'm beginning to get how this game works, actually, having spent the 2 hours with it. Thanks for joining me as well, guys, because I know this has probably been it's a bit of an interesting one because next to no one has covered this, but at least now we've gone through the first battle, we know what to do, and we're beginning to get familiar with how the card system works. It's actually quite an enjoyable game, but it's one you need to spend a good hour or two playing to get familiar with. So I can move him. I think Empress allows me to move unless turn the player to. So Empress allows me to move the other player. That's handy to know. That's an interesting one. So Justice teleports and Empress allows you to move. Whoa! Oh, they've summoned some sort of ghostly demon thing. Yeah, we do have Kaloga. Because it's Shadow Hearts, so because the series is Kaloga, Shadow Hearts, Shadow Hearts Covenant, and Shadow Hearts 2: The New World. I don't think there was a fourth. I don't think there was a. Well, there was. I think that's it for the series. Was there another one? So I'm curiously missing the credits. That's an interesting one. I'll tell you why they probably removed the credits is if the publisher was credited and they didn't have if one of the other publishers were credited and they weren't able to remove their logos or they were doing it cheaply, and a quick fix for that would just be to yank out the credits. The thing is, when I played From the New World, I really enjoyed that one. So once you start deploying your characters, you can only move one character at a time, but you can select to move either your monsters, and basically you deploy your monsters. Yes, the only reason I can think they'd removed the credits. Bit of trivia, Destiny 1 also removed the credits after the Taken King update. So they never quite explained why, but I think there was some argument over the Paul McCartney song and Marty O'Donnell, who they had a bit of a bust up with. I think they wanted just to remove his name, which seemed a bit spiteful, to be honest. Okay, so you're going to move. So basically, you can select to move your main character. So what do these altar shrines do? Oh, I don't have a card to use there, and I'm going totally the wrong way at the minute. Yeah, I need to sit down. There's so many I have a massive PS2 RPG collection because I'm a huge RPG fan. Hence one of the reasons I picked up this, because this looks like it's got RPG elements. I've actually been really enjoying. I know this is a bit. Some of you guys are probably thinking this is a bit wacky, but I've really enjoyed playing this tonight, getting to grips with it. But yeah, I did about the first couple of hours of From the New World, and I really enjoyed Shadow Hearts From the New World. So I'd really like to go through and play them. Although weirdly, I always felt some of the characters in the first Shadow Hearts game seemed to appear. I thought they were like the villains in the second game, but they didn't seem to be. But they looked very similar, which was always a bit weird. I'm again liking the music for this, but it's definitely one because that first map took about an hour, it did start to grate a bit, I will admit. I must admit, when you go the wrong way, it's difficult to turn around as well. So right now we are both going the wrong way. So how... Okay, do I want to fight? Yes, I want to fight then. Let's go with King. Ah, yes, I've got two characters on screen, so I can pull two cards. Oh, really? They die like... Really? Literally everyone gets bumped off. Okay, so I think I'm right in saying the more monsters you have on screen, the more cards you can pull. I think that's what's... So I'm not quite sure how... And obviously the different cards you use, the sub-cards, the different monsters you can pull. Okay, so it's beginning to make sense how this works now. So the more monsters you have, the more cards you can draw in battle. On each start of each turn, you can either move... You can choose to. You can only move one character, but you can choose to move, move yourself or move. So I can move either of my monsters, or I can move my character. I'm going to move my character. But yeah, I can see this also being a little bit. So I can go to their shrine. They've summoned a little demon as well. And I have next to no cards, so... Yeah, so obviously because I... Hi Nicodian, thanks. That's okay, yeah, no, I appreciate the stream's running on. I should actually finish up now myself because it's taken 2 hours. Do you guys have any requests for tomorrow out of interest? Any Saturn games you're interested in seeing? I had one guy suggest he wanted to squeeze the wheel, but I probably won't do Panzer Cream the wheel just yet. I'll probably do that in the long play. But if you guys have any suggestions now, would be the good time just to mention if there's anything you're interested in seeing that we might have, and I can check to see if we've got it, and then I can dig it up and actually stream it. Well, thanks again for chatting, and great to know some of that info on the Hurt stuff and also Shadow Hearts. I really do need to spend more time with that series. I think this has been quite a nice little obscurity that's certainly been worth visiting. I think it's definitely a bit of an odd one, but once you get the hang of it, it's turning into quite a good fun game. I'm actually surprised how much I'm actually starting to quite enjoy this now. I'm beginning to get the hang of it. I've just got to stop throwing away my cards I need to win. No, I don't know why it asks you to fight your own monsters. I don't know why it does that. And this is something else. Maybe I can level them up because he did level up his own monsters. How many squares have I got to win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 7 and 8. Now, do I just need to cross the exit, or do I actually need to? Okay, yeah, no, thanks for that. So it's about 10 hours to do the first playthrough. Series, yeah, and second one's 20 to 30 hours. Yeah, I'll definitely. Third Covenant is. Oh wow, that's a big one. How big's New World, can I ask? But were there any, seeing as you've been on the stream this week, I just asked, are there any Saturn games you'd quite like me to stream tomorrow, and I'll see if I can dig it up. Because I think we have 40 to 50, okay. So the New Covenant's definitely the biggest one. I think I'm going to have to go around this way. So weirdly, I managed to fight my own monster there and actually get knocked back. Okay, that's a weird mechanic. So there are a couple of odd mechanics in this, but beginning to get to grips with this is definitely not a... So a great way to just actually play games like you're seeing here, if you're unfamiliar with the language, is just spend the time with them to sort of figure them out. And these days, show Google API is quite a good way as well. So guys, thanks for chatting away everyone, especially thanks to Nicodian R, Charlie, who else we have with Saturn Memories on at the start, and we had someone else, did we? With Saturn Memories, Nicodian R and Charlie. Well, thanks again for chatting guys. I'm actually going to wrap this up here, I think, as I've been thrown back to the start. It's a slightly weird mechanic, but I'm going to wrap it up here. So if you guys do, as always, if you do have any suggestions for Saturn games you'd like us to stream, please do just drop something in the comments or on the channel community page. It's been great chatting to everyone. As always, if you like the stream, please do hit that like button, very much appreciated. And as always, if you're new to the channel and like our content, please do hit that subscribe button. I know this has been a bit of an odyssey on Sega Saturn, but so few people have actually covered it. I think it was worth covering. I actually quite enjoyed it. I've not played this at all, but it's an interesting board game, and it was a released board game come puzzle adventure RPG, I suppose. It definitely, I think the cards are a bit too random, as you saw in that second thing where the AI just got the cards and straight to the exit and won. It's like, although admittedly I did have the cards and threw one away. Although, yeah, that's interesting. It's definitely a little bit random who's going to win or not. So I'm going to wrap it up here, everyone. I'm going to wish you a good evening, a good morning, good afternoon, or a good night wherever you are in the world. I've been your host for this Random Gamer Riven, randomised gaming video, Random Gamer Riven, and I thank you all for watching the stream. Thanks to all our commentators again. I will wrap it up here. I have a date with Rockman Mega World and some time on that. So I thank you all for playing, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. I will end this here, and I will hope that I will see you all tomorrow, and I'll have a think of what was streamed tomorrow. Dare I do Tokyo Memory, seeing as that would be a fun one to do. Especially, at least I can show you the sub games though, so that would be a bit weird. Tokyo Memories, that might be a bit of an odd one, but seeing as I'll be putting up a shmup video, maybe I might do and show off the two shmups, seeing as we'll be doing independent videos, because that way it gives me a chance to talk about it, or I do it's a very good video. Certainly will be something. I might even do Side Force puzzle tapes, and I'll definitely do something on. No, I'll definitely do something on Saturn. So I will stick with the Saturn. But I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night as always, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's stream.